If it's Tuesday, it's all about the docket. All the latest headlines that have been all this week, folks. And I tell you, there's never a dull moment in this country of ours. Never a dull moment. And here to unpack it, that's right, that's the word, unpack it all, Kamakawa Kamadawa, Edwin Obuya, front and center. Good morning. Gachagua wants to expose Ruto.
Apparently.
In CG anangoja nini?
Ukishatumiwa men in black ambao hawajui kuvaa black. You have to do something.
Na wanakufuata.
You have to do something. So he must have some doses amepanga.
Kuna kitu.
In such a way that he's unleashing in small doses.
Uh-huh.
So I do not know from what we've already had, what else is behind the scenes.
Yes.
What else is supposed to be unleashed from regarding...
What is he waiting for?
Yes.
See a boy.
But you know, it has been over 2 months since he was impeached. We haven't had any hard-hitting statement that we expected maybe that Gachagua is going to tell us what we didn't know. Because everything that he's saying so far,
we knew.
There are things we know.
Yeah.
Things about, even the deal about Adani, there's nothing new he has told us.
Yeah.
There's nothing new he has told us about Chief or Shah. There's nothing new. So I think he's playing politics, he's playing to the gallery. If I were him, ningeamua kuharibu na niharibu kabisa, but sijui kama anauoga kidogo bado, but so far he has not told us anything new. The fact is that the state appears to be afraid of him. They appear to be very cautious of what he's going to say, where he's going to say it. For what happened in Kiambu last week.
You mean zile viti ama?
Viti zikavunjika.
Gachagua is looking at the period left between now and the next election, and what he has to keep his relevance in this period.
Yeah.
So he is trying to use this impeachment ooze to make sure that it sustains his relevance to 2027. Because I think that is what he's doing.
Because,
otherwise, I'm trying to think through all these things that may have caused his ouster to see what is this hard-hitting truth that he has not told us yet. But I can't see. It is someone who is being economical with the little that he has to manage the long time that we have left before the next election.
And he can quickly become irrelevant. So
he can actually. He can. If he doesn't sustain whatever he's doing, is going to be irrelevant. He has to pray that people continue dying in the mountains so that he will continue attending the funerals, because as of now I think that is his best avenue to address the people of the central Kenya. He has no any other forum to address the people,
and also that the church continues going separate
ways with the state, so that
he keeps attending those church services.
Yes. But actually what he told us when he addressed the nation after the Gen Z demos, when the president was forced to recall the finance bill, what he said then was much more hard-hitting than whatever he has said ever since he was impeached, because then he was going he was hammering the NIS. He went for Haji. He went for people who thought that were untouchable. He went for them. He even went for Farouk. Imagine he went for Farouk, and Farouk, we are told, is untouchable. And so at least he did and went for those people. Since he was impeached, he doesn't seem to know what to say and what exactly to say, and the information that he has that is claiming to be hard-hitting, claiming to be wanting to expose President William Ruto. So far, President William Ruto has not been exposed. What Rigiji is playing on the sympathy and the hatred and the anger that the Kenyans have against the government of William Ruto. That is playing to it, and the mountain is very uneasy at the moment, and so far he is winning. The only thing against him right now is that there's still some 2 years or 2.5 years before the next election.
Plenty of time.
That's a long time.
Murutu, is he winning the sympathy vote?
If Rigathi Gachagua had anything damaging to the states or to the powers that be, that would scare one William Samoei Ruto, I don't think he would be enjoying space around Kenya. He would have taken off already. I don't think there's any government that would stand anyone who would topple it by a mere statement or any evidence produced by someone like Rigathi Gachagua. The fact that he's still hanging around, we think of Kina Matiangis of this world and how they could not stick around for a while and decided to go wherever they are.
Even Jeff's friend, the man with the
same name
twice.
Yes.
Miguna.
People who would say have the guts to damage the system are not around.
No.
The fact that Rigathi Gachagua is still within the borders of this country tells you that the state knows that this man has nothing on us. He got nothing. So they're just allowing him to have his time with the card that he's lying to Kenyans about, because I believe that is what is happening. If he does not, if he switches off these threats, then who will listen to Rigathi Gachagua? If we take the impeachment problem out of Gachagua right now, if we forget about him being impeached and having been arrested kidogo hapa na pale, what is left of Rigathi Gachagua?
Whatever happened, we need to call it out, because violence is the place of violence in our politics should be long gone. It should be long gone. Right now, we should be mature enough politically to withstand what Murutu says, with respective of the fact that I might not like what he's saying, and to stand what Jeff is saying, despite the fact that I might not like it. For you or for politicians to start sending goons in 2024, going 2025, I think it's something that we should call them out, and actually police should do something to make sure. The only problem is that the police are also, they are also complacent, because I'm sure if the violence was coming from Rigiji and his people, by now they would be in cells. Exactly. But because it's coming from people who are government aligned, nobody's going to be arrested, and the cycle will continue.
For someone like Opio and I saying, sisi tumeamua na watu wetu huko kwetu, tumeamua we will support Ruto leo, kesho na milele. Is this maybe the expertise they were looking for in them? Is their prowess in public speaking and chest thumping and all this gerrymandering? I don't think the expertise they were to offer had anything to do with bringing down the cost of living, like a reprieve in power bills and all these that Kenyans are crying about. All you see is people who have now realized there is eating.
So time to eat.
Yes, there is eating, and we can capitalize on our ability to make a lot of noise and threaten and keep everyone away, and ensure that whatever happens, this eating does not stop. And that is why you can hear the milele na milele statements from people like Kopio and I.
You don't have to be eating and puking on us.
Correct.
After you are full.
You're vomiting on Kenyans.
It is not right. Just if you need to eat. At least the expert body is trying. Whatever he's speaking about, he doesn't go much into politics and whatever. He focuses on his docket, and he tries to explain whatever is happening in his despite the fact that he's bringing back those other bills that the Gen Zs had refused. They are coming back through the back door, and unfortunately they are going to pass. I don't know. And so at least you feel his expertise is on financial issues. Opio and I should not be telling us how he's going to support, Ruto Millennium. That's some of the Kenyans, when they hear that, they can even stone you, because they are tired of Ruto in the first place. For the last 2 years, they are tired. Now you're telling us forever and forever. What do you mean?
How?
And then Joho's threatening Kenyans that we are going to deal with you mbaya mbaya.
Imagine.
It is not right. It is not undunate of all the people. But anyway, we expect some of politicians will always be politicians. But Kalonzo is trying to come out as somebody who is speaking out on each and every issue that is happening. The only problem is that in this country, I've been so used to Raila Odinga as the opposition leader until when Kalonzo speaks, nobody wants to listen. Raila can dine with the Ruto for 6 days, then speak against him for 1 day, and people will remember the voice of Raila Odinga than Kalonzo Musyoka has been speaking out against the ills for the 7 days that of the week. And so he's trying, although I still doubt whether he has the muscles to try and run Ruto out of town. I still doubt if he has the muscles. My senator tried, just said that he's going to be on the ballot, and it made huge news actually.
It did.
He was on papers for 2 days. Kalonzo will say those things and nobody will listen. And so I don't know what Kalonzo needs to do to make sure that that people start taking him seriously, because as of now the people are not taking him seriously. I think he needs Rigiji. They should form that coalition with Rigiji. Rudi kwa ile gema waeke paka na kamba kuja hapo. If he starts making those political moves, I think people will start taking him seriously. As of now, he's still seen as a lightweight. He's still seen, when Matiang'i says, even if Matiang'i has not spoken, but when rumors and it becomes on paper that Matiang'i is going to vie, it makes news, and the government bloggers come out guns blazing because Matiang'i has declared to be. It just shows you how strong they rate these people, because when you are not that strong, hata mawe hutatupiwa, they will just leave you in Kalonzo wacha ongee. But when you are strong, when you appear that you can shake, you can stir the tea, people will start taking you seriously, and people will hammer you. Andrew Okia Omutata Okoiti.
Is he serious? Can he do it?
Whatever has happened this year, this year has had a very impactful. It has been very impactful politically, and from whatever that has happened, the person that has come out the strongest, actually, if there's any politician that has come out strong, is Okia Omutata, because he stood with the Gen Zs. He appears to be speaking the voice and the language of the common mwananchi. Whether he has the wherewithal to sustain a presidential campaign, that is where now the question marks start, because a presidential campaign is not campaigning to be a bishop of Anglican Church, for example. It's not campaigning to be a senator of Busia, for example. It takes a very big burden financially, very big investment with time and everything. But as of now, he's speaking the language. There are people who you talk to them and they are telling you, it's only Okia Omutata that can get me out to go and vote, because they don't trust in Raila Odinga, they don't trust in William Ruto, they don't trust in Kalonzo Musyoka. The only person that appears to be speaking to the people is Okia Omutata. Whether he has the money, it requires billions. You asked him that question, do you have the money? And he says, my campaign will not be money oriented. My campaign will be people oriented. But people oriented is, going to say Bondo, and then next tomorrow you are in a Turkana,
yes.
And then the following day you are supposed to be in Kwale. It requires lots and lots and lots of funding.
You're correct.
And that could be his main undoing. And the second undoing that I see is he appears to be a lone ranger. That is also something that can work against him. We asked him again, why do you walk alone? He says, I walk with the people. It's only that I don't compromise. So when I'm with you and I feel that you want to compromise my ideals, I take off. But we hope that as time nears, that he's going to create a coalition around him, that
and a team
that is going to take him forward. If Ruto was to be defeated, I think all these opposition figureheads must come together.
I see Okia Omutata more as an activist. I'm struggling to see Okia Omutata as a politician. In fact, when it comes to him having won the Senate seat in Busia, I think it was because of the 1, 2, 3 things that he's been doing in the activism space that earned him that opportunity in Busia. If you talk about presidency, I am struggling to find. It may be the first time we'll have an activist president, but I am struggling to see where we have been. We have had an activist president, say in Africa or East Africa.
We had a DJ. We had a DJ in
Madagascar.
No, a DJ can easily turn into a politician.
We had a DJ in Madagascar.
It is like saying you're a journalist, but within you there is a politician that is only awaiting to spring out,
to be unleashed.
Yeah, to be unleashed. But for Okiya Omtatah, over time, we have seen him and defined him well in matters of activism. What I would think is Okiya Omtatah would help in a team that would come up with an alternative to Ruto or to Kenya Kwanza, but not him as the flag bearer. But
I beg to disagree.
He can be a very important component in those that will engineer coming up with the alternative voice in 2027.
You know, currently, Kenyans have lost faith with politicians. They don't want, if you tell somebody about a politician, they just want him out.
Yet they love politics.
Too much.
Yes.
That's you know, Gen Zs came out and even if you ask them who is your leader, they will tell you are leaderless because they don't want to be associated with politicians. Kenyans have lost trust with politicians, and that's where now Omtatah comes in. If Omtatah can, package himself in a manner to, endear himself to the populace, he's going to be a problem to William Ruto, and I dare say he could be a bigger problem than Kalonzo Musyoka.
And let's not forget, guys, in this day and age, people are going for a Trump-like candidate who's against the system.
Yes, and Omtatah has proven himself that he's against anything to do with the system. If it's bad, it's bad. He will tell you. He told President William Ruto on the face about the finance bill. He told him about the housing, and he has been going to court each and every time to stand with the Kenyans.